Let there be peace and love in the world. Welcome to Satsang. My real nature doesn't belong to any object. Doesn't belong to the senses, the feelings, the shape of this body, the mind, the conceptualizing, the objectification. My real nature is free. It can produce everything, and that everything will have a span of life and will disappear. In it, through it, by it. So it's not a matter of searching to realize yourself. It's a question of first understanding that you cannot search what you are, what is before the search rises and appears. And that understanding is not enough. It clears up the mind. It removes many concepts. And yet the concept, I am a person and I am born, is still not questioned. So, to free yourself means to be what you already are, but it is not seen, it's not manifested, it cannot be felt. I forgot. It will not appear in any way. So the efforts, I repeat, is not towards or in the direction of the directions given by the world, and yet it's unique. The wise gave one direction, still in the mind, sure, still belonging to the seeker, but it is to ruin the concept of reality of the seeker. Am I a seeker? Why should I dress up this way now? It's not a dress more important or more real than anything. It is still a dress. So it's objectified. You see, it's something you bring upon you. So don't bring this I with you. Just for once, in order to that the self reveals itself, it's a way to say, knowing, and that is probably through time, having heard again and again, I'm not this body, I'm not this mind. Who am I in reality? Knowing that the next thought rising is just an appearance, nothing will be revealed there. So, for once, don't jump on it. And that may give the chance that the self reveals itself. Any question about that, please ask. Anything you see for yourself which you are not sure looks real or not, you can ask. You see, I cannot say much more, but I can see if there is a demand, a doubt, even a confirmation. Let's see. Or anything you would have asked that you search in books, you can ask. Let's see too. So realization of the self, it's not based on a strong conviction in the mind. It can be an experience like this, but don't trust that, because if it is an experience, it will leave you, that's sure. Even if it was there for a few years, there is always a moment where, since it is time, you will be destabilized. And then what? That's why it is not said confirmation or affirmation. Any word would not do, even realization, yet try to see the indication of it. Suka.
I'm in confusion.
You are in, I have to repeat, I think. You are in confusion, okay.
Yeah. And that has to do with the things I have read the last months.
Mm-hmm. Do you hear?
No.
Could you speak a bit, or I have to tell? Yeah.
The confusion has to do with the many books I have read, and the satsangs, and the satsang of Papaji, and again and again I make it an effort to search for liberation, and I think that I have to pick up many
informations about it.
And all my life I have done this, and I see that not works.
But all your life you've done this, that's why now you are in satsang, helpless. This way doesn't work. It works for many other things. It works for other achievements. It works to enrich your personality. But it has nothing to do with your real nature, with the nature of things, which is always here. And if it is always here, it cannot be in a shape, because the shape goes on changing. It cannot be in an experience or in a understandings, because they go on changing. So it has no, you can see it has no shape. It has no, and you are it already. Always remember that. You see, if you read Satsang and Papaji, it is to remind you your ways. Forget them. You have this habit to go and enrich you, but you know now more and more, is it the case, that it will not be like that. Are you sure about it? No.
Yeah, but the habit is so strong that I
Okay.
again and again I try
Yeah, but
to
you know, when you go there, you know it's a strong habit after some time. Do you know it? Do you see it?
Yeah.
And what you do then? You complain, you are so... Whoa, whoa,
yeah that I do.
no, you just stop. Don't complain, then you add another thought. Just as soon as you see it, don't attach yourself to that. Then you are left with what? That's better, huh? You see, that's why it's very, very important to make it your own knowledge that whatever movement, whatever not, so I don't know in English. What? Huh?
Object.
No, whatever appears, it's not it. You can, with the mind, with the wisdom, with the wise mind, it will tell you what it is not. Impeccably means radically. There is no compromise. When you got the strong background in your mind, I am not what I appear, I am not what I feel, I am not negation. Negation gives you a wise, strong background in the mind. No, it's not enough, of course, because somebody has that wisdom or has that way. So, at some point, it makes sense to see what is this I who negates. What is this? So there is no compromise in that negation, you see. Yeah.
I would like to speak a bit about revelations.
Yeah.
I mean, because I've been experiencing
Yeah.
a few things, and I don't know where they come from or what to do with it.
Yes,
I mean,
but first of all, give me one. What did you see which you call it a revelation, for example?
I think from past lives.
Ah.
But
First of all, you see, I understand that in the mind is composed of layers of memory
yeah,
of the past, you see, layers. So, generally speaking, the ordinary mind, it goes only with what's going on in this life.
yeah,
If you dig, you may... but all that is the mind.
it's the mind.
Yeah, it is simply the mind. Means can be a personal mind, can be even a cosmic mind, still the mind.
Yeah.
It is you with those revelations. I.
So, mind.
I. Don't say soul, you see, then you complicate it.
Or,
Yeah, because then okay, you can say, but then you have to understand that it means I. It has, this I also has many layers. You can say I, this body, or I, more spiritual, still I, you see. And that may be called soul. But so I, it appears to you according to some beliefs you had, or to some tendency, something like that. So let them appear, let them disappear, to leave you, to be freed from their hypnotism, or to be freed from their so-called reality. Because you see, the problem with I is that we think it's incarnated. So if you start to be busy with other incarnations, you make something which could be simple very complicated. Are we born at all? That is the real question. You see, revelation can sometimes add concepts. Oh, I thought I had one life, now I've seen I have many lives. Or it can remove concepts. Suddenly you have somehow a more sober understanding than before, something like that. But anyway, all this happens in the mind. So they are experiences.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm having, like experiences.
you have experiences, yeah. Yes.
I
And
don't know,
does it help you to free yourself?
yeah,
How?
because I'm finding myself what I like a few things, I don't know, of healing, or a few things are coming, and
If you like them, I cannot remove them. But I thought that you were doubting about their consistency, their reality. And in that way, I totally doubt about it. Because I even doubt about the reality of the one who has got them. But I don't know, what do you want? What do you want after all? What brings you to satsang?
first I want to help myself, but I have a strong commitment with all this awakening going on, and
But you have to first be awakened yourself. Huh?
and
Otherwise,
that's
how
what
can you even recognize the awakened one? And to awaken yourself, in the end you have to ask, who is this I who always speaks and question and get anything? Who is it? Who am I? The answer will not be into a revelation. The answer is when finally nothing happens.
Ganga.
Yeah.
I still get really caught with these ideas. So we use the mind to make the effort to see who we're not.
Mm.
But if the mind's involved, then how does it vanish? How does nothing happen?
Yeah, sure. Very good. Yes, you're right. So you see, you are that. You are what you want to search. Can you take it? Then it's all. The rest is for those who cannot take it. Yeah, hi.
I feel like for such a long time the only desire was to be free.
Yeah.
Even this desire starts to dissolve at some point, or it's not so strong anymore like
Okay.
it was. And it's not that something else comes instead, but it's
Okay.
there is a bit of fear of losing what is really important.
Yeah. Or you can take it like this: the desire for freedom dissolves, and let I was the desire as well.
I don't think I totally understand.
Okay. Okay. You see, the desire for freedom is when I really believe I'm not free, I'm bound, and you have so many arguments about that to prove it's true that you are bound, so you go for freedom. Yeah? And for that you need fire, because you will have to negate all the values, the beliefs you had so far. You linked yourself so far. Now, if your desire for freedom fades away, it can be true because it was too long in time, and as anything else, it starts to fade away. Or it fades away because it is heard by the mind itself who fades away, because it's the mind which fades away, that I am that. Where do I go with my mind at all? So in that way, I say, let I was this fading desire also fades away, along with that. Now, tell me something.
I don't even know who you're looking at right now.
What do you look at? That one will reply to me. Good.
Not much words left right now. I think.
No, good. It's okay. Understand. That direction. Can you pick up your question again? Does it make sense still? Then never do it again. Yeah.
I hear you sometimes saying in satsang, you live by the feet of the master.
Ah,
Can you tell a little bit about what you live?
yes. It's you see, this gesture to be at the feet of the master. You see that? To prostrate. Is it that you mean? What you mean?
I don't know what it really means. That's the
Yeah.
maybe.
Okay.
What is the question?
Once you are at the feet of your master, means you will not listen to your mind anymore. It's a way to express that you will not make your mind your guru. That your own self may still have the shape of your guru, but you know that he will always tell you who you really are is not a shape. And after all, the satsang is listened at the foot of the feet of, I'm too Advaitist, the foot, the feet of the Guru. Because you can only hear really what is expressed coming from your own self through the ear of the heart, you can say. Not through the sensual ears. And it's very interesting also that gesture. You see, you have to put your head down, and you may feel resistances. If it is your guru, maybe not, but if you have to do that to a donkey now, or even to an ant. So you will see there is something there. Is this head resistances, this arrogance, you see. It doesn't like to bow down. And some people bow too much. They walk like this. But it doesn't mean also, because you see in Christianity you have learned to be humble, and it is as proud. So take it in the right way.
Anna, can you speak about the difference between arrogance and ignorance?
It is the same. It is the same. You see, I am ignorant. So you stick to a belief, an experience. It is due to arrogance. Yes. The arrogance, I'm someone, and so I have to get an experience instead of maybe saying, are you anybody? And that's why you see this liberation or enlightenment or the real nature. There is nobody there. So it is not an achievement. It is not the great thing of someone. Because you free yourself only when you don't keep any experience or belief about the one you think you are. The one you think you are cannot stand to be absolutely alone. He will collapse.
Which word you said?
Alone. It is very arrogant to say, I am not realized. And it is very arrogant if the mind says, I am free. So it really doesn't happen in the mind of somebody. It doesn't happen to somebody.
I still find I'm very invested in the mind and worldly things. And I know it doesn't bring me true happiness. I know that. But I'm still sold.
Yes.
I don't know what to do.
Yes. Strong habits. Strong habits. That's why you see when you start to have this discrimination, it's a very good time to come to satsang, because it will give you another habit. The habit to see, oh, whatever I do is a habit. So, and whatever I can describe, it's not where I have to go if I really want real happiness real peace. That will be only when I am abiding in my real self. You see? A very good time to hear this again, and to come to this. Yes, welcome.
That's why I returned after
Yeah.
20 years.
Yeah, 20 years?
I saw you 20 years ago
Oh, where?
in Belgium.
So, here we are again. Good. Good. So, you know it's a habit. So, did you ever be busy just a moment with the one who knows it's a habit? Did you question that one?
I discovered that one when I was with you for the 3 days.
Okay.
I was at peace for quite a while. But then the mind started coming back in.
The mind, listen, the mind will always come back. You see? The mind will always come back. This world will suddenly not disappear. But you know that you are not the mind, or you know the nature of the mind is ephemeral. This knowledge has to be your wisdom. It has to be without any doubt about it. If there is, you ask. You have to come to, there is no doubt about it, I'm not what I can catch.
You see, because I'm trying to fight the mind coming back in, but it's...
No, don't fight the
That's its
mind.
job.
Just see as it is. Oh, I'm not this. I can see it, I'm not this. Habit, I'm not it in reality. And like this you see, you will be, it will ruin your so-called compulsion to always go there. At least it will ruin the reality of it. Hmm? And during those 20 years, did you go to any satsang?
I had an awakening, I don't know if you remember, like 20 years ago. And I was free for a very long time.
Many years?
Quite a few years. And then slowly, because I never nurtured it, slowly,
The mind took over. And you see, you now, when it happens again, know that there is nothing wrong with the mind. There is nothing wrong with what appears. It appears, it disappears. It's not who I am in reality. It is projection, impression, creation. That solid background is a gift. Yes, a few have awakenings even out of the blue, like that. But they don't have the solid background in their mind. They don't even know what happened to me. You knew. But what you have not heard enough is that whatever appears doesn't matter. See, doesn't matter. I have not lost myself, even if I function with this body-mind. This has to be without any doubt. And this is without any doubt when it is so clear and when you heard it quite a while also. Yeah.
at the time it was very clear. There was
Yeah,
complete
understand.
distance from it. But then when it took over, I couldn't see what surrounded me. I couldn't. It just I had tunnel vision again. And I guess coming back here,
Yeah. But who had an awakening?
just worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Who had?
Yeah. Who had?
No one. It was just,
No one. Who says so? How it looked like? How it looked like the
oh,
awakening?
so what happened was
I am interested to hear because you see,
I came. I saw you for 3 days in Belgium, and I came back on the Eurostar, and then it just the coin just dropped,
okay,
and I carried on life as normal.
you,
I carried on life as
Yeah.
normal, but the coin just dropped, and I saw what was. There was no more seeking. There was just me. There was no me,
okay,
and that lasted for quite a while. I was kind of
Yeah,
was
yeah.
drifting in and out.
yeah. Ah, okay,
So it wasn't like permanent. There was
okay,
residue coming in and out.
okay, but yeah,
For a while
okay,
it seemed permanent, but then
yeah,
when the residue
understand.
started coming in, I was okay with that because there was a knowing.
Yeah, okay,
But then many years later, it started coming in
Yeah,
stronger.
understand.
It's something I never nourished. I never cared. I just continued to
Mm.
enjoy life. And I felt I didn't need satsang or anything.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
good.
understand, of course.
But now, recently, life is biting. It's biting more.
Yeah,
And I realize I just cannot rely on the external to bring me
Right.
happiness because there's not enough. There was more clearance before, there was more space, and I could handle disappointments more easily, but now it's getting to me. And
It
so I'm coming
bites.
back 'cause it bites, and I'm not in that space where I can, where I
understand,
used to be able to contain it.
understand. So you see, you start fresh. You start fresh because the one you really are doesn't know any story. You never lost it. You just confused it for happenings in the end. You see? Happenings.
I think I was happy enough. I wasn't searching.
Yeah, yeah. But now you are here. It brings you here. Who you really are, you can never lose it. So you must have confused with a very subtle state. Who you really are, you can never lose it. Yeah. You see? So never confuse yourself for a happening, even if it is a happening of no happening. Very important. I don't play with words. So don't go to your memory now, because now it's of no use. It's anyway always here what is real. It has simply no permanent shape, no permanent experience, no permanent understanding.
Ganga,
Yeah.
it's very clear who I am.
Yeah.
There's been a great inner calling to drop the idea of Seva, ashram, sangha, guru, and with that has been a fear of arrogance. And I see that that's a thought too.
That's a thought too.
Yeah.
That's created doubt about listening to the inner calling of drop that.
The guru, can you drop the guru?
Outer guru.
Hmm?
The outer guru.
How can you drop?
Perhaps it's a sense of that you have an allegiance to somebody.
No, you can never drop. It's the only thing you never drop. Otherwise, those things happen.
Right.
You keep your gratitude. Who cares then about forms or no forms? It's the only one you never drop.
Right.
Yes.
It's not about not gratitude. It's about perhaps being a slave more, rather than really honouring your inner.
You see, a guru never enslaves you. Never. And if you feel enslaved, he will show you that you have somehow a wrong concept.
Yes, it was dropping that.
Yeah, good. So where are you now?
Free. Free. Clear. Free.
Yeah.
Can you tell more about that? What is the difference? Which you used to tell that make it alive, and sometimes you tell that don't confuse the satsang. Don't confuse the satsang with the life.
When I say make it alive, first of all, it cannot be described. So a few sentences are used. It's just a direction. Make it alive means if you were thinking it was not there, you see. Freeing yourself, I say make it alive. Make it at least not in your memory. Memory is death. It's a corpse. And that's how everybody brings normally, you see, a corpse. So that is the expression. I don't mind to drop it, but it can be also nice. No, don't bring the life in satsang. It's just to help you not to deal with a single, because what is life? Senses, emotions, thought. isn't it? Body, mind. Is to help you to have just a moment freed from this preoccupation and this hooking at the time and space. Because that free split second, which is an event, but the event shows something else. So the realization of what is always there, regardless of birth and death and happenings. You see? The person has to disappear a split second so that it reveals itself. Then it's radical. Then when the person reappears, I do this and that, it's the reality, the substance is removed. There is no more substance there. So, of course, everything looks nearly the same. You know the fan in India? The fan on the sailing? Yeah, when you remove the electricity, it doesn't stop at once. It's very rare. So like that, the life appears. Is there anything important in you still? No.
Maybe it's just to say, to confirm, like, I am that.
I'm very happy. Let the mind never say that, and yet You're not sleepy, huh, Suka? Suka, sleepy? You just arrived then. You just arrived.
Just,
You are sleepy.
oh,
You come sleepy to satsang.
I try to wake up every
Waking up is very quick. You're still in your dream telling I'm trying to wake up. Is there anybody struggling? If not,
How can I put a problem to the master's feet?
like that. You just vomit it. Vomit. Ooh, we never take vomits back. You see, if you put it there, you objectify your problem. You don't go there anymore. Anymore. And if you do, because there is such a strong habit, immediately, oh no, no, I'm not going to nourish that. No. And if you like it so much, keep it in your bag that you have to carry. But you want to put it out. So don't touch it.
Yeah, it seems it follows me.
It's a thought. Habit. That one doesn't want to leave you. So be at least very consequent with what you want. I put it at your feet. It's my problem, not yours now. Hmm? Hmm?
Since 3 weeks, I'm really doing, I'm negating everything, and I see a lot of, even if it's for the person, but I'm feeling much better and much happier. So
Absolutely.
But with the desire for liberation, that's I have trouble to negate.
No, don't take it.
But this makes me very...
Otherwise, why should you negate?
Well,
This desire makes you negate.
But it makes me unhappy because when I'm with you, I desire it so much that I cannot make it happen. I don't know, and then I feel very frustrated and very. Or when I hear amazing story, like after 3 days, awakened for years.
Yeah, but he is here now. What's your name? What's your name? David. Hi, David. The desire for freedom makes you frustrated?
Yes, because I cannot relax, I cannot be happy with what is here because it's not for me. I don't know myself yet.
Yeah, but you are in good hands. You trust that. Already that must make you, you run. Maybe you don't know how much you run to have this desire. And having this desire for freedom, how much you run till you find, oh, here I can trust, means incarnations. It's a long story. All the evolution you carry, as a person, to come to this. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't listen to your impatience. That was for the world. Don't worry. This is the last incarnation. Put that thought, put that feeling, which probably you recognize as a person very much you are like this. Don't listen to it now. It doesn't help. Don't worry. And continue. That's all I can say. Now, at the same time, of course, when I say to you continue, but know also that you already are it. One day, one moment, you will take it. If you cannot take it, do that. It's the best. Something? You're not obliged, huh?
No.
You're not obliged to go in your mind. If it takes so long, so unless what?
That's the right thing. I'm not in the mind when I'm listening to you.
Yeah. That can be your life. Huh?
Yeah.
Sometimes you listen to the mind, you know it, and sometimes you don't listen to the mind, and you know it. I am that which expresses this and that. Something else, or it's time for chai? It's up to you. So there is no this, no that. Okay.